It's the most wonderful time of the year. Dun, 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 and something and something and something and something and something and cheese. Hi friends, welcome back to Shelby in the Book Club. I'm Shelby Monet, and in today's video, as you can see by the title, we are talking about Q4 book club picks. I can't believe it's the end of the year. It is fall time. If y'all drink that pumpkin mess, y'all got y'all pumpkins and stuff. I prefer some steamed apple cider because I am a lady. Okay, and some apple cider donuts. And what better time to join a book club and to start reading than now? It's really the most wonderful time of the year. So if you would like to hear the books that the book club will be reading for Q4, this is the video for you. Couple things before we get started. One, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe. We are always growing our family, and I'm trying to get us to 15K before the end of the year. I think we can do it. You just got to tell the people that you love it here. Just let them know I'll be singing and stuff, and then we'll be talking about books. It's a grand old time, okay? Two, if you want to join the book club, the links are down below. It is the very first link in the underneath bar. We call it the underneath bar. Why? Because it is underneath the video. Okay? I got underneath from Brian B. I wonder how he's doing. I don't see him much on the internet anymore, but I hope he's well. And lastly, let's get into it for real this time. So, as you know, got the mini girl here. I will be posting all the links for these books down below. I will be putting book covers on the screen as I go through all of the books. One of the reasons why I'm telling you guys early in advance all the books for the quarter is, one, so that you're prepared and you can get them from the library, or you can purchase them if you would like, or whatever the case may be, just so that you have an idea and you can decide. Because I know a lot of people are not only a part of my book club, they're a part of a few book clubs. You can just decide early on, like, okay, I'll be reading this one, I'll be reading that one, and it'll help you plan your reading a little bit better. The other reason is I like to be organized. So the way that my book club works is every month I pick a book. The first day of the month, I give you guys in the Discord a reading guide, as well as give you a date for the book discussion. And we have a particular channel for every book. So you can go on that channel, you can talk about the book, you can ask your questions, so on and so forth. And then we have a Zoom meeting the first Sunday of the following month. Okay? So that's how that works. October, it took me a while to decide what October's book was going to be, because initially I wanted us to read something spooky, and then I was like, I already had y'all read something spooky this year. So I decided, why not read one of my favorite books, because October is my birthday month. We will be reading Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. I've read this book a few times. I'm excited to read it again. I know there are a lot of people in my book club that have not read anything by Beverly Jenkins, and I think this is a good starting place, especially because I know that a lot of my members like romance and want to venture into other genres, and the vice versa. I know a lot of my followers or my book club members like historical fiction and want to venture in other things. I think our fave, Miss Beverly Jenkins, is the perfect author for that. Okay, so as a child, Hester Wyatt escaped slavery, but now the dark-skinned beauty is a dedicated member of Michigan's Underground Railroad, offering other runaways a chance at the freedom she has learned to love. When one of her fellow conductors brings her an injured man to hide, Hester doesn't hesitate, even after she is told about the price on his head. The man in question is the great conductor known as Black Daniel, a vital member of the North's Underground Railroad network. But Hester finds him so rude and arrogant, she begins to question her vow to hide him. It is a phenomenal book. I think we'll have a lot of good conversation on it. There will be a link down below for you to purchase. I will say, if you are more into audiobooks, the audiobook for Indigo is phenomenal. You will not be disappointed. Next up for November, so November is nonfiction November, and again, it took me a while to pick a book, and then Elin Harris popped into my head. I don't know why I haven't picked an Elin Harris book for the book club sooner. He is one of my all-time favorite authors. I have not read his memoir in a long time. So for the month of November, we will be reading What Becomes of the Brokenhearted by Elin Harris. So it says, for almost a decade, beloved storyteller Elin Harris has welcomed you into his family with his passionate, warm, and trailblazing novels. Now he invites you into the most intimate world ever, his own. Since his first book, Invisible Life, was published in the early 1990s, New York Times bestselling author Elin Harris has wowed, charmed, and romanced millions of readers as a master storyteller. As a master storyteller, Elin Harris has created an intimate and glamorous world centered around his signature themes of love, friendship, and family. Now, in his most daring act yet, Elin Harris writes the memoir of his life from childhood in Arkansas as a closeted gay boy, through his struggling days as a self-published author, to his rise as a New York Times best-selling author. In What Becomes of the Brokenhearted, Elin Harris shares an extraordinary life touched by loneliness and depression, but more important, he reveals the triumphant life of a small-town dreamer who was able, through writing, to make his dreams come true. The first time I read this book I was in high school, and I did a paper on it. I wish I could find that paper. And then I read it again in college. It's been a long time since I've read it again, so I'm excited to read this with you all. And I find that, like, when we talk about our Black male authors, when we talk about our greats, Elin Harris is always left out, especially when we talk about urban fiction. Like, he's always left out. And I mean, he was one of the first that was writing mess. Like, I had no business reading them books off my mama's bookshelf, but I did. Now, last but certainly not least, for December, we will be reading A Novel Christmas by Charity Shanae. This is another romance, but it is a holiday story. Now, just so that you know, the December book, there will not be a discussion in January. Okay, so you will be reading on your own in December. I figured we'd end the year with something light and airy, to kind of bring in the holiday season and to kind of round out our year. I know for like people like myself, the last 2 weeks of the year, I'm always like sprint reading to make my goal, to make my goals for the year. So I wanted to give us something light, but there will not be a discussion, okay? There will not be a discussion. There still will be a chat in the Discord chat if people want to talk about it, how they liked it, so on and so forth. But there will not be anything on Zoom, okay? So this one says, Soraya White is a prominent Black romance author who has been signed, to the most prestigious publisher of African American works, Brownstone Literature. Her career has been successful for the past 5 years. However, she's in a slump, and so are her sales and reviews. The romance she has been known for seems to be zapped out of her stories and her love life. Eager to get Soraya back on top of the charts, her publisher has given her an ultimatum. Write a chart-topping holiday romance or be dropped from the publishing house. There's only one problem. Soraya strongly opposes penning holiday books. To her, they are cliche and off-brand, but with her career on the line, she's forced to give it a shot. To capture the spirit of the holidays, she books a vacation in the most Christmassy town she can find. Sharing the other side of her rented duplex is the owner, Dorian Black, a volunteer firefighter. Oh, he fine, ain't he? I know he look good. I know it to be so. And the town's Little League football coach. He's also Mr. December in the firefighters' annual fundraising calendar and every woman's dreams. I like him already. Years ago, Dorian was happily married to the love of his life until cancer took her away from him. Oh, I'm sorry. Still coping with the loss, a romantic relationship is the furthest from his mind. However, when he encounters his new tenant for the holidays, sparks fly and a fire is ignited that not even he can extinguish. That sounds like it's gonna be so good in a way to end the year. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope you will be joining us. Again, all the links are down below if you want to purchase any of the books. Links are down below if you want to join the book club. Links are down below. And without further ado, if no one has told you, I love you. 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 You're kind. You are smart. You are important. If to no one else, to me. Bye, friends.